Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody, and thank you to Rodney and Greg for inviting me along this evening. I've recently published two pamphlets. This one, The War with Hannibal, which Poetry Salzburg brought out in the autumn last year, and another one, The 3D Clock, which is about my mother's dementia, which Dempsey and Windle published in March this year. So I thought what I'd do is just read the title poem from each pamphlet. So you'll be glad to know that The War with Hannibal isn't an epic on the Second Punic War. It's about a Latin lesson. The War with Hannibal. No more than a dozen of us, schoolboys in uniform, are waging war with our Latin prose set text, Livy's History of Rome, Book 22. It's been a long campaign, and we're finding it heavy going, as much as the Romans did. Trasimine's been lost, Cannai's still to come. So too our predicted rout when we take the summer exams. Like Fabius, our strategy is delay. We aim to distract Mr. Smith from making us translate. We've reached the bit where Hannibal has the guide flogged for leading them astray. Casinum was where they should be, Casalinium's where they are. Never mind it was Hannibal's fault, the barbarous way he murdered Latin names. After his flogging, the man was crucified. Mr. Smith looks up. Let that be a lesson to us, the cost of schoolboy errors. Hannibal's plan was to cut off the road from Rome. Controlling the pass at Casinum, Monte Cassino today, was just the place to do it, Mr. Smith explains. If anyone, he should know. He was there in 44, a lieutenant in the 8th Army, fighting his way up the jackboot of Italy. At the Battle of Monte Cassino, the Axis held up the Allied advance for weeks. Inspired, we seize our chance, bombarding the man with questions. Hands up, sir, please, sir. But the veteran Mr. Smith, wise to diversionary tactics, orders an advance. It's Corps Day today, and CCF Captain Smith is taking his lessons like drill in outdated battle dress. He'd like to think well of us, the class of 68. We are, after all, the future he fought to save. We sit in our short back and sides, long heads in waiting. When they made it voluntary, we refused to join the Corps. You're a load of bloody wets, one of the masters yelled, haranguing us all one lesson. But not the very civilized Mr. Smith. A stiff upper lip under the trim moustache, he grew to look like Monty's. Already, for all he knows, the barbarians are at the school gates, picketing the pupils, peddling their counterculture. If he feels he's wasting his time, that teaching a dead language means flogging a dead horse, he doesn't let it show. He yearns for a golden age, when learning Latin was the curriculum. At parents' evenings, he stresses the practical side, how it helps the boys with their English. He's seen the baby boom swell the school population, while all the time his own classes diminish in size. Come September, whatever we get, the exams will all have passed, and he'll face a new set of boys. Better, he hopes, than the last lot. It's quality, not quantity, that counts, he tells himself, as he deals out a new pile of texts. It is, as he expected, a smaller cohort this year. Thank you. And then the 3D clock, which is self-explanatory, or it will be. The 3D clock. The digital dementia day clock that I've ordered for you online comes discreetly packed inside an unmarked box. No one mentions the D word, by which I don't mean digital or day, or cracks unsympathetic jokes about needing a cuckoo clock. I wrap it up as the perfect Christmas gift, so it's less anonymous. It may not be just what you wanted, but it's certainly something you need. You give the blank screen an equally blank look. It's a clock, Mum, not a TV. Watch while I plug it in. It'll give you something to look at. Hours of entertainment, only without the hours, or minutes come to that. It tells you the day of the week, and right now that it's afternoon. You couldn't tell the time on a 24-hour clock and suggested 2 instead, 1 for AM, 1 for PM, though neither of us, to be fair, could quite follow the logic through. You'll be back in a moment, Mum. No more going in for breakfast when the others have finished their tea. No more visitors out of the blue. But next time, you're still in bed on what ought to be a bright, clear Thursday morning. No sign of the clock anywhere. Oh, that thing you say, dismissively waving your hand. I couldn't get used to it. It's worse than one that ticks. Nighttime for you meant the dark, not night spelt out clear as day on a lit screen that never let up. You'd rather stay unenlightened.
Mm.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Stephen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.